welcome back to Six Sisters Stuff. Today I'm sharing with you 4 dump and go Instant Pot recipes. So if you are new here, my name is Kristen and I love sharing Instant Pot recipes with you guys. So if you have an Instant Pot or you're new to the Instant Pot and you want to figure out a way to use it or want more recipes, go ahead and subscribe so you won't miss any of my videos. Now, if you're wondering why this kitchen is different than my other kitchens that I've been filming in, we are currently in an apartment building a house, and so that's why you get this lovely kitchen behind me. So today I'm gonna share with you 4 dump and go recipes. A lot of you have been asking for the dump and go, so I thought, you know, it's fall time, things are getting crazy. I'll happily share with you my favorite dump and go recipes. The first recipe I'm sharing with you is the creamy enchilada soup. This one is so easy, you dump everything in, obviously, dump and go. You cook it and you're good. Everyone will love this, including your kids. Now I like to top it with a little bit of cheese and a little bit of chips, and it tastes so good.
So you're gonna start by putting 2 or 3 chicken breasts in the bottom of your Instant Pot. Now these are chicken tenders. You can use tenders or you can use chicken breasts. Now if you are making this in the slow cooker, you're gonna do the same exact thing that I do in my Instant Pot, except when it's cooking, you're gonna cook for 6 to 8 hours on low. Next, you're gonna add 2 cloves of garlic. I also like to use the minced garlic, so it's about 1 teaspoon. Next, you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Oop, got a little too much there. Next, you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire, 1 teaspoon of that sauce. Then add 1 teaspoon of Tabasco sauce in it. Now that seems like a lot, but it actually isn't too spicy. If your kids are funny about spice, maybe do a ½ teaspoon. Then on top of that, I'm gonna add 1 small chopped onion. Next, add 1 chopped red pepper. Now they didn't have red peppers at my store, so I used an orange one. Then 1 can of drained black beans. Then you're gonna add 1 can of corn. You're not gonna drain the corn, dump everything in. Next, add 2 cups of your favorite enchilada sauce. Then you're gonna add 4 cups of chicken broth. Now I love to get these big containers because I know it's already 4 cups and I can just dump the whole thing in without measuring. Next, you're gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and then you're ready to cook. If you're doing the Instant Pot, make sure you turn the handle and make sure the little thing is on sealing, not venting. If you're cooking with the slow cooker, put the lid on and set it for 6 to 8 hours. With the Instant Pot, you're gonna go manual for 20 minutes. Now when it's done cooking, I did a quick release, so that means I pushed it over to venting and let all the steam out. And I'm gonna take the lid off. Oh, it smells so good. Now I'm just gonna find my chicken and shred it. Now with the Instant Pot, it is going to be really hard to hold on to and it will shred very, very easily. Now when you're done shredding your chicken, you're gonna add 1/2 cup of cream and then about 1/2 cup of sour cream. I might add a little more because I love when it's nice and creamy. Then when you're done with that, stir it in a little bit so the sour cream can melt and the cream will mix in pretty good. Next, you're gonna add 2 cups of cheddar cheese. Mix it really well until everything is melted and well combined. Now, if you're doing this in the slow cooker, you're gonna do the same exact thing. You're just gonna make sure it's still on low while your sour cream and cheese are melting. When it's all done, I like to serve it with cheese, so the cheese is melting, some little tortilla strips, and cilantro on top.
Recipe number 2 is Instant Pot beef stroganoff. Now, stroganoff is a very popular recipe, but making it in the Instant Pot makes it cook so quickly and so easily that dinner is ready in a matter of minutes, and all you had to do was just dump everything in.
So I put a little olive oil in the bottom of my Instant Pot, pushed saute, and then I have stew meat that I threw in. Now I'm putting garlic salt, and pepper in there, and now I'm just gonna mix it around so it will sear the meat just a little bit. So I'm gonna let it sear for just about 2 to 3 minutes and then I'll add some other things. So on top of the meat, you're just gonna add some onions. I did 1/2 of an onion, but you can do a whole onion. Then add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic or 1 garlic clove. And then I added a whole container of mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to add them in. but I love them, so I added a lot. Then you're just gonna mix it all up for a little while your Instant Pot is still on saute. You'll notice that the Instant Pot recipe is a little bit different than the slow cooker recipe, and we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour right now and then mix it all together. All right, then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire, however you call it, it's that sauce. 1 tablespoon of it right on top. And then you're gonna pour 3 cups of beef broth right on top. And you'll have 1 cup left if you have a container like that. Keep that because we're gonna put that in later on. All right, our food is ready to cook. We're gonna go ahead and put the lid on now. Make sure that it seals tightly and that it's on sealing, not venting. Now, mine is on saute right now, so I'm gonna turn it off. Then I'm gonna push the manual button and go up to 12 minutes. Now, if you're curious about cooking times, I have a little cheat sheet right here, or in the description, I'll send a link so you can go find it there also. Now, usually with me, I like to let it release on its own, but right now we're doing a quick release because I wanna get the noodles in and cooked. Now, as soon as all the pressure is released, go ahead and take off the lid. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So now I'm gonna add about 16 ounces of egg noodles. Now, when I'm done dumping it in, I'm gonna stir it around a little bit. If there is lots of moisture in there, go ahead and don't add any beef broth, but I felt like I needed just a little bit more, and so I added about a half a cup more of beef broth. So now you're gonna close the lid again, make sure that it's on sealing again, and then we're gonna cook it. So you're gonna have to turn your Instant Pot off again, then push manual and go down to 4 minutes. That's how long noodles take to cook. Now when it's all done, I did a quick release because my kids were ready to eat and I was starving too. So go ahead and take the lid off. Then you're gonna take 1 cup of sour cream and just pour it right in. You wanna do this right after the lid is off because it was still gonna be really hot. Now go ahead and mix in your sour cream. Now if you noticed, mine has a little bit more liquid than I would like. You can go ahead and keep the saute button on and it will thicken up because of the flour that you put in there.
Number 3. Now, this one is my husband's favorite, so I still like it, but it's his most favorite. It's just our easy Instant Pot pulled pork. Now in this recipe, I'm using Diet Dr. Pepper. You can use normal Dr. Pepper if you want to. Both ways taste delicious.
Now you can have a 1 to 3 pound pork here. I'm gonna add, of course, my garlic salt, and then 1 can of Diet Dr. Pepper. Now I know this isn't the most healthy, but it's a little healthier than just plain Dr. Pepper. Okay, then we're gonna add Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, about 1 cup right on top of your pork. Now you are welcome to add other seasonings too, but I love this recipe because you can make it with 3 ingredients and it's so easy to throw together. All right, putting the lid on. We're going to sealing again because we want it to pressurize. Now we're gonna push manual and go up because 3 pounds, I usually go 50 to 60 minutes. This is a 2 pound pork, so we're going to 50 minutes. Now I let it release on its own for about 8 to 10 minutes. Then I just switch it over so I can get rid of all the rest of the pressure so I can open the lid. Now if you open the lid and your pork isn't cooked all the way, the good thing about the Instant Pot is you can put the lid on and cook it some more. Now I want my pork to shred easily for this shredded pork recipe. Now once it's done shredding, I'm gonna stick it back into my sauce and let it sit there for about 20 to 30 minutes. I mean, if you need it sooner, that's fine, but I like to have it soak up the flavor. Now you can serve this on buns. I put a little extra barbecue sauce on top, or you can serve it over your favorite salad.
And number 4, although this should have been number 1 because this is my most favorite and easiest recipe. It's the spicy Instant Pot chicken and rice bowls. Now I've made a few chicken and rice bowls. This one is by far my favorite. You dump everything in, including the chicken and the rice, cook it, and you serve it just like that. Oh, so good.
You're gonna first start with 2 cups of rice that you have rinsed and drained so the water runs clear, and you'll dump it right into the bottom of your Instant Pot. Add 2.5 cups of water right on top of the rice. Now it's time for the seasoning. Now I just added pepper to taste because I love pepper. Then you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. Next add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And then that should be it for the seasoning. So I have 1 can of black beans that I've rinsed and drained, and then add 1 can of red enchilada sauce. I used a 10-ounce can there. Okay, so now I have 2 cups of shredded chicken. I like to have mine already cooked and chopped up, so it will make this recipe cook even faster. I just got a rotisserie chicken and chopped it all up. Now you're just gonna put the lid on. Make sure that it's on sealing, not venting, sealing, and you are ready to cook it. So I like to use my manual button. That's about the only button I use. So I'm pushing manual, and because we just have to cook the rice, we're gonna go down to 10 minutes. All right, when it's all done, I flipped the knob over and did a quick release, and then just carefully pull the lid off. Beware, it's still gonna be hot and steamy, but everything should be cooked all the way through. Now, like I said before, I love this recipe because it will work with enchiladas, with tacos, on top of your salad. You can do all kinds of things with this recipe. But I have to say my favorite is the rice bowl. So I like to add cheese on while it's still hot so it can melt. Then add a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of guacamole. And then if you love cilantro, I love to add cilantro to the top.
Now, if you want more easy recipes, you can find some right there. Or if you're new to the Instant Pot and you need a little bit of help, you can find my beginning recipes right here. Now, don't forget, of course, subscribe, and I will see you guys on Monday.